morning, welcome back to a new vlog. I am starting today's vlog in a very unglamorous setting. Currently in the bathroom. This outfit can only mean one thing. It's about to get a bit messy. We have had a super busy weekend of basically doing lots of teeny weeny fiddly bits in the bathroom. Jack has been very busy in here. Few changes to share with you, also a slight hiccup, but it's fine. Tiles have been ordered and we are literally on the home stretch now. I can see the end in sight and I am so excited to get this bathroom underway. So I thought I would share with you some of the updates that we have been doing this weekend and take you along on my process the next couple of days, because I think this room is going to really start to come together over the next couple of days, and then in the next couple of weeks it's really going to take shape. We've got tiles arriving in about a week. I've been ordering some more things which I'm going to share with you, and then it's flooring in, and then we are literally finished. So good. So let me give you a little rundown of how things are looking. So first thing we did this weekend was the tongue and groove paneling all along this back wall. Jack is just such a perfectionist, but he is so clever. He has honestly built a windowsill out of nothing. We decided that we wanted to have a bit more of a substantial windowsill because before it was just tiles and it was actually not very practical. So we've made a little lip of the windowsill. He's also beveled the edge so it looks nice and finished. And he's done the tongue and groove panels with a lovely piece of moulding along the top as well, just to finish that off. A couple of gaps that I need to caulk today, just where the walls are just not straight. So this goes all the way along the back wall here and up to this point. We have also successfully removed the turquoise tiles from here. This was definitely a joint effort and took a lot longer than we thought because they were honestly stuck down with like cement. Tiles have also been taken off from this section here, so we are all ready to go. I have been doing some filling and sanding and just kind of prepping all of the walls ready to go. The bath is currently the house for all of the tools and the rubbish. That's the progress from this weekend. Very, very excited to see this start taking shape. And I'm just so impressed with Jack. He is just so clever. I just find it insane that he knows how to do all these things. The only problem that I have had is my radiator cover. I built this yesterday and unfortunately, silly me measured it wrong. So I ordered this from Homebase, built it. I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. When this is painted, it's gonna be perfect. And stupid me ordered the wrong size. So as you can see, it literally does not fit the radiator at all. It's completely wrong. So I'm going to have to order another one of these. Really annoying. And the most annoying thing is I can't even return it because it's been too long and I've also built it now. So that's really silly. So I'm either going to see if anybody I know needs a radiator cover, or I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. But anyway, that's annoying, but I love the design of this. The little sort of clover, the little almost clover leaf shape is so pretty. I feel like it's just a little bit different to like your normal striped, like slatted radiator cover. And it was like £38, which I think is really good. So that is the current process. So that's the current update. We've also been quite busy. I've also been quite busy in here doing little random things like filling and sanding. We had a huge crack all the way down here, which is just part and parcel of having an old house. This door is also covered in paint. I think there's about 3 million layers of paint on this door. In an ideal world, I would take this off and strip it, but I'm just a bit too impatient to do that. So instead, I have just scraped off all of the bubbling, crackling paint, and I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna do a bit of filling, a bit of sanding, and just touch it up, because on the whole, it's not too bad. But yeah, there was a humongous crack all the way down the architrave here. So I filled that, sanded that. It literally went all the way up to the ceiling. And that is now all prepped and ready. So today's job, I have got all my things here. We're going to be doing some caulking, which is actually one of my favourite jobs. I love doing this. It's so satisfying. If you don't know what this is, it's basically a sort of filler that you can fill different holes with and little cracks and things, and it's really easy to paint over. So it's perfect for paneling, perfect for tongue and groove. Things like this where you've got quite a big crack, cork inside this hole, paint it over and you won't even see it. Then I've got my paint. I picked this up at the weekend, Dimity Estate Emulsion. Also, I'm going to be painting the windowsill white so that it matches the windows, and I've got a waterproof, it's actually an exterior waterproof sealant which lasts in like rain and all sorts of things, so I think it's going to be more than enough for the bathroom sink. So that is going to be white, and then everything else will be in Dimity. I did think about doing a different colour for the tongue and groove, but I think it's just going to look too weird because we've only got it on one wall, so we will do everything in Dimity, and then the tiles are going to go from here. You can kind of see the old line of the tiles along here. They will go all the way around here, just where they used to be, basically. And then also we will tile this little cupboard as well, so that just looks nice and finished. I'm so excited for the tiles to go in. I think it's going to look amazing. So that is my job this morning. I've got up nice and early so that I can just crack on and get this done, because once I've got all of the all of the corking and like the filling and all of like the prep work, like taping up and stuff like that, then I can crack on with the fun bit, which is the painting, because that's the bit that really sees a difference. So yeah, that is my plan this morning. Right, it's been a long day and I have successfully finished 2 coats and all the cutting in. I've also sealed all of the skirting boards, the tongue and groove panels, so they are now waterproof. It's looking beautiful in here. I am so obsessed with this colour, I cannot tell you. I've done the windowsill, so that is all painted, corked, sealed, sanded. Tongue and groove is done, and I think, I mean, I'm gonna let it completely dry. It's not great lighting right now because the sun is around the other side of the house, but I am gonna let it dry and see. Oh, we've lost the focus. I'm going to let it dry and see what it's like in the morning, I think. I decided not to colour drench the door. I think it looks quite nice with the white. And yeah, next step is tiles. And oh my god, the tiles are gonna look so good. I'm also very proud of my cutting in. It didn't use a single bit of tape and I think it looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously it's looking a bit patchy because it's still wet, so we will reconvene in the morning. I feel like this is a sign of a very successful DIY day. I'm off for a shower and start cooking the dinner. Good morning, it is the next day, it's Tuesday. And oh my god, the bathroom looks so good. I literally cannot put into words how much I love this room. It is definitely going to become my favourite room in the house. It's so warm and cozy, but it feels bright. I just wanted it to feel like such a hotel bathroom feeling. So I've got some bits to show you. I am very pleased because the painting looks really good, if I do say so myself. Jack was very impressed with my cutting in skills. I told him that I didn't use any tape and he couldn't quite believe it. So definitely going to become a painter at some point. I think I could do with maybe doing another coat in some areas. So I think I'm going to do that later today. Once I get home, I've got so many bits to do today, like errands, popping to the vets. I need to look after the dogs around lunchtime at the farm, food shop. Oh, just so many like annoying things. So today's going to be a bit bitty, but I think later I will get, yeah, I can kind of see like the cutting in bit up there needs a little bit more, just like one more coat. And then I also need to get the ladders out and do the bit on top of this cupboard here because I couldn't quite reach that yesterday. So I'm going to finish off those teeny weeny bits later, and then painting is all done. But aside from that, I am so happy with it. The colour is just perfection. I think it is beautiful. So I want to show you a couple of things. You can probably already see one, which is the mirror here. I unboxed some things that I'd been ordering. So firstly is this ceiling rose, which I have actually had in the shed for a year, maybe a year and a half. I got this for my dressing room. It was actually supposed to go in the guest room, and then I decided I wanted to put it in my dressing room. But the light fitting that I chose didn't really go with the ceiling rose. You wouldn't have even been able to see it. So I saved it, and I think I'm going to put it in here. I think it will be so perfect for this room and just look really beautiful and just add a really nice bit of detail. So this will go up before we put the ceiling light in, and then I'll touch it up with some paint and seal it all. Then my wall lights arrived. So obviously this project is a little bit of a DIY. We haven't done any kind of like big changes, like moving any plumbing. We haven't done like rewiring or anything like that. So I have decided to go for some rechargeable wall lights, and I really wanted to mention these because I honestly think these are the most beautiful wall lights I have seen on the market that are rechargeable. So they're an LED USB-C bulb, which is absolutely tiny. Look how small that is. And you plug it in at the top and then you charge up the lamp. So I actually charged one of them up last night because I wanted to check the colour, like the temperature of the bulb, because obviously it's not an actual light bulb, so you can't choose the actual like warm white or whatever. I always go for warm white, but I don't know if you probably can't even see because it's so bright in here, but they are perfect. They are literally the perfect tone, and they are so beautiful. Antique brass. I'm kind of going for a bit of a mixed metal finish in this room because we've got silver taps, but then we've also got brass fixings on the window. And they were kind of already there, so I'm just kind of leaning into that. And oh yeah, and then we also have an antique brass handle on the cupboard down there. So there's a lot going on in here, so I'm just kind of leaning into the mixed metals. And yeah, antique brass arm, very gorgeous. And then the lampshade, for me the lampshade is the bit that really brings it together. Pleated, gorgeous like ivory cream, it's quite warm, and these are such incredible quality. I love the binding of the top and the bottom as well, just adds such a nice detail. And they're gorgeous, and to turn them on you literally just flick this little switch here and they go on and off. I think they are perfect. And so these just will be attached to the wall up here, and they'll just kind of hook onto a bracket so that if I need to charge them up, I can take them off and charge them up like overnight or in the mornings or whatever. But I obviously won't use these that regularly, so I don't think they'll run out of charge that quickly. But these were from Next. They were £55 each, which I think is really good value for a rechargeable wall light. Bulb included, lampshade included. I think that is really good value. I was looking at some from another brand that were edging on like 150. So yeah, I was really happy with that. And they're gorgeous. And I actually said to Jack, I think I might order another one to go in the kitchen because I'm just obsessed with them. I was walking around like putting them up in different places in the house, and I just think they add such a nice detail. So these are going either side of this mirror. And let me show you the mirror, because I spent ages trying to find the right mirror. I wanted it to be slightly more modern because we've got a lot of kind of classic traditional features in this bathroom. All of the taps are very traditional. Even like the sink and the toilet are very traditional. So I kind of wanted to add something a little bit more of a twist to the room and something dark to ground it. So this mirror is from Cult Furniture, and to be honest, it took me a while to find one that hit all the boxes because I knew that I wanted it to be quite large, and it's quite hard to find a mirror this size. So it's currently just leaning on the radiator. This will be fixed to the wall, and then radiator cover will go in under here. How stunning is it? I just love it. It's this dark walnut wood with a little squiggly outline that I think just adds such a nice detail. And just makes it feel quite fun in here, so I'm really happy. Ceiling light will be changed, and then yeah, wall lights either side, ceiling rows to go up. I'm just so obsessed with it in here, I can't even put into words. And then my artwork will go up on the wall behind me. So you will probably be very sick of seeing this view because I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time in here over the next few months. Cozy season, I'm going to be having all my baths in here, evening bubble baths, getting ready in the morning. Oh, it's going to be heavenly. Morning, it is Thursday today, a couple of days later. I have just been using a few new products. I treated myself to a little bit of a look fantastic order, which I don't actually really do that often, but there was a few things I really wanted to get. First thing was a new hairbrush. This is a tangle teaser, and do you know what? I love this hairbrush. This is the Denman, like super big, really lovely bristle hairbrush. It's gorgeous. It works so well. I have used Denman brushes for years, but you just cannot beat a tangle teaser. And I was finding that my hair was getting so knotty and it just wasn't brushing properly with this one, especially because I do brush my hair when it's wet, which you're not supposed to do. I just feel like a tangle teaser is a lot nicer on your hair when it's wet. So I treated myself to one, and how gorgeous is this gold colour? Really lovely. And since I've been using this, I haven't had a single knot in my hair, and it's just felt so nice and silky smooth and lovely. So I tend to use this one when it's either really knotty or when my hair's wet. And then when I'm kind of brushing out curls, I'll use this one because I think it makes all of your curls sort of like fall in together really nicely. Then I've actually been using these products for the last, well, they all arrived I think last, maybe a week. I think I've been using them. I always like to just try things first because I feel like after a week I know if I like it or not. Otherwise I just wouldn't share it. But these I have been seeing all over TikTok, and I really wanted to give them a go. They have got incredible reviews. This brand, Medicube, has got incredible reviews. So I thought, you know what? I am going, oh, it's leaking. I thought I am going to order them and try them because I think they will be quite good. Oh, I haven't shut the lid properly. Whoops. So these are called Zero Pore Pad Mild, and they are basically cotton wool pads that are soaked in PHA, hyaluronic acid, panthenol and madecassoside, whatever that is. These are what they look like in here. So this is full of like solution basically. And all you do is take one pad with these little tweezers and wipe it over your face like you would with a toner, essentially. It's basically a toner. Wipe it over your face. And I tend to do it in the morning after I've had a shower because that's when my face is like the cleanest. Sometimes I'll do it in the evening, but usually the mornings. And I have no makeup on right now, not a single scrap of makeup. And my skin has never felt this good. I actually do have quite large pores under my eyes in this section of my cheeks. And I find that my makeup, after a long day, my makeup gets really stuck. And you can start to see it almost like forming in the pores, and it doesn't have this like blurred effect anymore. It's kind of like, you know, disintegrating into the little holes. And then if I have powder on, it gets really like, not crumbly, but it just gets stuck in these holes. So I thought this would work really well for me, and so far I am so impressed. It's only been a week, but the texture of my skin, especially in these areas, you can still see my pores obviously, but it just looks so much better and I'm really happy with it. So I'm loving those. And then what else did I get? I got this, which again I have seen all over the place. Laura Mercier Translucent Hydrating Setting Spray Ultra Blur. I've only been wearing makeup a few times this week, so I haven't really put this to the test properly. but I would say I really like the spray. I don't really love setting sprays that are really wet. It's almost like a fine mist. So it feels, you can feel it on your skin. It feels quite wet and dewy, but it's quite fine. So far I'm really enjoying this, but I haven't really put it to the test properly yet. Okay, and then I got a few lip products. I love a lip product. Where's it gone? Here we go. These 3 products are what I got. So you may know, if you've watched my vlogs for a while, that my favourite lipstick is Tom Ford No. 3, but from about 5 years ago, and it's been discontinued and they don't actually sell that No. 3 anymore. The No. 3 is now a different colour, and I've been so sad about it because I just love it. You know when you find a lip colour that you just love? Every time I put it on, I just think it looks great, and it's quite a pale pink, almost like edging on a brownie nude. So I was trying to find a new one, and I really love the Tom Ford lipsticks. I think they last really well. They're such a gorgeous colour. They don't dry. So this one is called Sable Smoke No. 14, and I think this is going to be a new favourite for me. How stunning is this colour? I feel like it works really well if you've got a tan, if you're slightly more pale like I am in the winter. I just think it's so gorgeous, and I think with my hair colour as well, it looks really nice. So treated myself to a new lipstick, which I haven't done for ages. I haven't bought like a new lipstick in such a long time. Then I picked up a new Wonder Skin lip stain, which I'm literally wearing right now. This is in the shade Whimsical, which is slightly different to the one I had before. The one I had before was Charming, and I wanted to try something new that was a little bit more browny, rather than so red. And I don't know if it's that different in terms of the colour, but I love it. It gives you an instant lip blush, and if you haven't seen these before, they're like all over TikTok. The purple lip stick thingy, and then you just wipe it off after a couple of minutes, and it stains your lips all day, and you can put lip balm on. It's a really good base for lip liner and lipstick because I feel like it just stays a bit longer. And then if you're eating and drinking and stuff like that, and your lip products rub off, you've still got a bit of colour. And I love that. I swear by that. For no makeup days, that is all I need. And then lastly, I got this, which is the Too Faced Lip Injection Lip Plumping Lip Gloss. And I actually got this for Christmas in my stocking from Jack's mum. God, I think me and Grace got one each about 6-7 years ago, and I loved it. And I actually repurchased it quite a lot since then, but I haven't had it for ages, and I completely forgot about it until it popped up on Look Fantastic, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna get that, and I'm just gonna get the mini one just to like relive the memories. So this is a normal lip gloss. It's very hydrating for your lips, but it has like a little tingly feeling to it. So if you haven't used a lip plumper before, it almost like burns on your lips and then it plumps them up essentially. And in the winter, I get super dry lips. They get really cracked and dry. So something like that is great because it adds so much moisture into your lips and gives them a little bit of a plump, so it stops them looking super dry. So that's my little new in beauty haul. I have just taken Basil for a walk in my freshly washed white jeans, which I don't think was the best idea because I've already got mud on them, but I've just decided that these jeans are my everyday jeans. If they get a bit of mud on, you know, so be it. I can use a bit of stain remover and I can get it out. So the sun has come out. I really want to take you into the garden and show you a few updates that I did last night because I was on a mad one yesterday. I don't know what happened to me. I didn't vlog, but I was deep cleaning, touching up paint, organising. I was in the garden doing loads, and I don't know why I didn't pick up my camera. I was just in one of those moods where I didn't want to talk to anyone and I just wanted to be in my bubble. I think it's like time of the month sort of thing. I get that quite regularly. Every single month I have a day or a week where I just don't want to speak to people and I just want to like crack on, be productive and do my own thing, which doesn't really work very well in this job, but I'll take you outside and show you what's been going on, and then I've got something I want to do with you, which I'm actually really excited about. Excuse my welly socks, but I'm still absolutely obsessed with these gardening clogs from Holland Cooper. I think they are so great. I've actually just ordered a pair for Jack's mum because it's her birthday in a couple of weeks, and I thought I would upgrade her Crocs to a gorgeous pair. I mean, look at this. This is the height of fashion, isn't it? It's such a gorgeous day today. Actually, the weather all week has been so lovely. Oh, there's a sheep just through there scratching its bum on the fence. I'm glad my fence could be of use. Yeah, it's gorgeous weather. The summer flowers are starting to turn now. Cosmos are still thriving. I really need to come out and do some deadheading today. Maybe I'll do that first. Yeah, lots of new shoots on the Cosmos, which is really good. Some of these ones are looking a little bit sad, but these ones at the front are still thriving, looking really, really good. All of the hanging baskets are looking so sad now. The summer flowers have definitely gone over, but I actually think I'd like to go to the garden centre maybe next week or at the weekend and plant these with some nice winter flowers, maybe some ivy and like something wintry, I'm thinking, just to keep the garden alive throughout autumn winter. So we'll do that at some point in the vlogs. Bringing you into the vegetable garden, the dahlias are insane. I am so excited to plant more dahlias next year. Look at these ones. I don't know the name of these, but these are like little pom-poms going crazy. Baz was just barged right through them. They are insane. Look at them. They are so beautiful. And there's just buds galore. There's so many, like new buds all over the place, which is so lovely to see. And it's so nice when you get like those rainy, cold, dark autumn days and you've just got beautiful dahlias in the garden. But okay, vegetable garden update. I have been busy out here. I was out here till it was dark last night, and I have been busy moving some bits around, clearing some things out, so I thought I would give you a little update of what I've been doing. So this is the bed that has all of our autumn vegetables planted in. I've got swede in here, Cavolo Nero and leeks, Brussels sprouts at the back, which we've had planted since April. I just had to stake this one in the middle because it was going a little bit horizontal. But one thing that I did do was clear out tons of Swiss chard. One thing that I was actually so surprised at was our Swiss chard and spinach grew so fast and so big, and I was not prepared for that in the slightest. I did not realise it was going to get that big, and I just couldn't keep on top of it. For the amount that we planted, I could not harvest it quick enough, so it ended up getting way too big, and it actually ended up getting quite a lot of mildew on it. And it just wasn't very nice, to be honest. So I cut it all back. I've left a couple in here. I did take a few of the plants out because we just had too much and it was getting in the way. So this can now grow nicely and I can keep on top of it a little bit easier. I also did the same thing over here with the spinach. So this spinach plant, and we used to have a spinach plant here that was ginormous. I took that one out because it had so much mildew on it. It wasn't great. And I cut this one right back, so now I can use the baby leaves, which, to be honest, are probably going to go over soon because they are getting a little bit hard, but for now I think they're fine. I can put them inside like smoothies and stir fries and just basically any dinners. I just chuck a load of greens in them. The spring onion and the autumn lettuce is doing very well. I've been picking this autumn lettuce quite regularly and using it in lunches and things like that, which is really good. I also just had a bit of a tidy up in the broccoli bed. I took out the summer beans and all of the bamboos which are here, just to give it a little bit more room, tidy it up a bit, and cut these back a lot because so many of them had gone to seed, and I just need to come out here every single day and harvest broccoli. Like you can already see, I harvested last night and some of these are already going over. It's just insane, it grows so fast, and we definitely didn't need to grow this much broccoli. As much as we love it and eat it every single day, it's too much for 2 people. And I do give so much of this away as well, so you'd be surprised at how much I harvest off of this. So next year, we definitely won't be doing this many, but I cannot believe the size of this purple sprouting. Look at the size of the trunk under here, it's actually insane. It is huge. When you're buying broccoli at your supermarkets, this is literally how it's grown. How crazy. Ginormous. One thing I do want to do actually is fill up this bed with loads more carrots. I've got some carrots growing in here, ready for autumn. All the roast dinners, but there is still quite a lot of space. I've got a lot of space under here and all the way through here. So I'm thinking to really maximize the space, plant in tons of carrots. Courgettes are still going really well. We've still got so many coming up here. Look at these little teeny weeny baby ones growing up here. Loads of them. This courgette plant is definitely the showstopper of our vegetable garden. I cannot believe how well it has done and how much it just continues to grow. It's insane. So super happy with that. So I filled up about 4 truckloads of compost yesterday. So the compost bin is full to the brim. So it's feeling really lovely. It's actually a gorgeous, gorgeous day today. It's so warm and I just love spending time out here so much. It's just my favourite place. I think in the depths of winter, I'm going to really miss the sunny afternoons, hanging around over here, pottering. It's just so lovely. I need to go around the garden and deadhead all of the roses and quite a few flowers. I haven't done it for a few weeks and I'm not keeping on top of it very well. But before I do that, I am going to collect loads of herbs, because one thing that I really want to do this autumn is dry out some herbs. I always buy dried herbs from the supermarket and I really don't know why, because I literally have a full garden of herbs. So I'm going to collect some bunches and then we can dry it together and I will show you how I'm doing it. I know one of you commented on my last vlog and asked for some tips of what to do with your herbs when you've got so many. So I think this will be a really good idea for you and something that you can keep in your house. Once they're dried, you can use them. You can do as much or as little as you want. And you can then use them throughout the winter when potentially, depending on where you live, your herbs may not be as good as they would be in the summer. I think I'm going to do a big jar of mixed herbs as opposed to doing kind of individual things. So I'm just going to grab a nice amount of each herb that I want to dry. So over here I've got some Archer's Gold thyme. Just gonna snip off a nice handful of that. My oregano doesn't look too good, but I'm gonna take a couple of little branches of oregano. It hasn't really been getting much light down here because of the nasturtium, which is a bit of a shame. So we've got some thyme, some oregano. Same thing goes with my sage. I don't really know what's going on with this, but it hasn't really grown very well. So I'm going to snip off the tops of some of these. That's the beauty of doing like a mixed herb selection, because if you've got too little of something, it doesn't really matter. There we go. I love the colour of sage. It's such a beautiful like eucalyptus sage green. Very pretty. I just snipped off some rosemary as well from the herbaceous border. So once you've got all of your herbs, you want to give them a wash, and then all you want to do is pop them on a baking tray with some baking parchment and put them in the oven at the lowest temperature it will go. So mine is about 50, so I'm going to do it just under 50, and then you pop them all on a tray. Wow, that looks so good. So it should look something a little bit like this, and then you just pop this in the oven for about an hour or until that they start getting crispy, and then we can chop them all up and pop them in a jar. Literally the quickest and simplest thing to do, but adds such a good effect to your dinners. All of your meals that you make, you've got such a nice bit of seasoning. You could also pop them in a pestle and mortar once that they've all kind of crisped up with some salt, like a really gorgeous Himalayan salt, or even make a herby butter, which I think would be so delicious as well. So these are gonna go in the oven for the next hour, and then we can get to the next stage. Just made a little desk lunch while I do some writing. I've got tomato soup and then a couple of these little seeded, crisp, crackery things to go with it. Delicious, because I'm actually quite cold today. I feel like it's quite chilly in the house. Okay, my herbs are done. I have just crushed them all up in my pestle and mortar, and I haven't got any spare jars, so I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to pop these in a jar. So I'm just gonna leave them in here for now and get cracking with dinner. Tonight's dinner is a super quick and easy one, bolognese, but I'm using a pappardelle pasta instead of spaghetti, so that'll be nice. And I'm gonna use my dried herbs in this as well. Also, I usually make my own pasta sauce, but for a change, I saw this, and I think this is new in the Heinz range, and I rave on about their sauces so much because they are really, really good ingredients. If you're looking for a pasta sauce, this is the only brand I will buy. As you can see from the ingredients, it literally says tomato, tomato puree, onion, celery, carrot, extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, white wine vinegar, garlic, basil, black pepper, bay leaf, rosemary, and thyme. And that is all that's in here. There's no like additives or extra bits and bobs that you don't know the name of. So this is a very good pasta sauce brand if you're looking for something quick. But also I really love this collaboration with Mr. Men. I used to have all of the books and me and my brother were obsessed with them, so that is such a throwback. I've just been frying off some mushrooms and a few tomatoes. Usually when I do a bolognese, I just sort of chuck anything in that I've got. If I've got loads of courgettes, if I've got extra bits of random things, I just chuck any vegetables in, because once it all blends together, you almost don't even notice, and it's good to get the plant points. So we've got a few mushrooms in here today, and just a handful of extra tomatoes from the garden, and then I'm going to cook the mince nice and slow. I like to do it nice and slowly. And then I've got a Thursday night glass of rosé. I got these glasses from HomeSense a while ago, you would have seen in the vlog when I went with Grace, and I love them. They are just beautiful. The perfect thin stem, super big wine glass. Definitely more suited to like a white or a red, but you just can't beat a good glass of rosé in a nice glass. I was doing some deadheading just before I started dinner, and I cut back a load of the cosmos, and these stems were kind of snapping off, so I thought I'd pop them in my little Dalesford vase, and they look so beautiful, really just wild and nice. So I've got those by the sink, and then I also love to have a recipe that I want to make, whether it's at the weekend, something like a sweet treat or a dinner or something. I go through my recipe books and pick a different one each week, and it just kind of mixes things up a bit and gets me a bit more inspired. I bought some puff pastry for the weekend, and I said to Jack, I'm gonna make us a really nice sort of pastry for Sunday. So I think I'm gonna do something like this. Potentially it won't be exactly the same as this, but potentially something similar, although I think I might do one giant pastry and plait it, because that just looks delicious, and then we don't have to just eat one small one, we can have a nice big amount, because I love a pastry. I've just got all of Basil's blankets out the wash to dry overnight, and when I tell you, dog blankets smell so unbelievably bad if you don't wash them regularly. There's something about swimming in the ponds, swimming in the stream, rolling around in the fields that makes anything to do with the dogs smelly. So these have just had a lovely wash in actually a very good fabric conditioner. I haven't used this before. I'll show you this. Usually I just use the Lenore like Outdoorable or something it's called, the blue bottle, but I saw this and I have an obsession with Method. It's my favourite cleaning brand. They've also just launched a hair care brand, which I have been using. So if you think my hair looks extra nice, that is why. They've got body wash, and it's all in these scents. So this is the Peony Blush. Oh my god, it smells incredible. It's like super fresh, but it's got this sort of powdery floral rose sort of scent to it as well. So definitely recommend this if you're on the hunt for a new one, you want to try something different. I'm loving this. But I came on here to say, look at my plates. I ordered these little brackets for my plates on Amazon. I can leave these links below if that is of interest. They are literally just, they came in quite a big pack actually. They look like this, so they're almost like two prongs and then springs in the middle. And basically you just hook them around your plate and then attach them to the wall. They also come with some little hooks that are very good, so you can just hammer these straight into the wall, nails are in them, and you've got a little hook for your spring, but I was really impatient and I already had some hooks up from the prints that were here before, the frames, and I just wanted to see what they looked like. So I just chucked these random ones up on the wall. And I really love it, but these plates aren't right. I think they need to be bigger, and I need to have 3 of the same. I'm thinking 3 of the same, or 2 of the same and 1 small one. I kind of wanted them in a row, but now I'm looking at it, I'm almost thinking I should do something a bit more eclectic. Can you see this? A bit more like staggered or something like that. But let me know what you think. Do I do an eclectic mix and stagger them, or do I do 3 of the same and do them in a row? I'm not sure. I've seen pictures on Pinterest basically of 3 in a row, all the same plates, and they look really nice. So I don't know what to do. But I've had such a lovely hour of like just sorting out the house, putting washing away, tidying things up. I just put the, I don't know why I'm holding this. I just put the memory foam sort of like winter mattress topper on the bed, because last night I was really cold in bed. I keep forgetting, every single summer I forget how cold our bed gets. It's not quite cold enough to get the fire on yet though. Because our fireplace is so big and it's an open fire, the heat that it throws off is insane, which is obviously amazing because it means we don't really have the heating on downstairs that much at all. However, I can't get the vibes of the open fire when it's still warm outside. It doesn't work. You really need it to be like Baltic freezing. So I think it's going to be another few weeks till we get the fire on. But we'll see. You never know. We might fancy it at the weekend. I don't know. But it's one of my favourite things about our house is having an open fire, and also specifically an open fire, not a log burner. You just can't beat a big open fire that's like so raw and rustic, and oh, I just love it. So once my mince is browned, I then start building up the sauce. Obviously I'm using a jar, so I'm not really building it up, but I'm then going to throw in a little pinch of my dried herbs. These are so good and literally the quickest and easiest thing to do. I really don't know why I haven't done that before, to be honest. So if you've got a massive glut of fresh herbs and you don't know what to do with them, do that. Dry them. Super, super easy. So our Thursday night plans are going to be pappardelle bolognese, and sit on the sofa and watch some MasterChef. Jack and I are obsessed with MasterChef. It is our favourite series. I'm not really a Bake Off fan, much prefer MasterChef. The things that they make are just so inspiring, and every single time we watch it, we will end up trying to like recreate an ingredient or a meal at the weekend, and I love it. It's so fun. Jack and I are such foodies. I feel like food is our love language, and it has been literally since we met. When we met and I was 17, we would go out for dinners and like really appreciate the nice, good food. And our whole relationship was based on going out for lunch and dinner and breakfast, because we both lived in our family homes and we wanted to do stuff together. So that was like, okay, let's go out for meals. And yeah, such a sweet memory. Anyway, I'm going to sign the vlog off because that is literally all I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. And I will see you in the next vlog. Thank you for watching. Bye.